I can't believe that all of this time later, we're still talking about the honey scandal. Like, how long has this been going on? Like, 2 years or something? I mean, it's been a really long time since I have covered the honey scandal, but here we are, guys. Hello, good morning. How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, it's been like 2 years, right? I've been covering this story for 2 fucking years, bro. It's insane. Because you never thought talking about it. I mean, that's true. That's true. Now we're at the point where there's like a, they're shutting down. There's like a lawsuit. Oh my God, guys. I will be a while. Hope they got I'm good to be a ton. Yeah, I'm very excited to watch this today. But good morning, guys. If you're doing great, welcome to the VTuber review, baby. That's under 2 years original. Right. That's what I was thinking. It was back in December 2024. I remember that's when I first started kind of covering like non-VTuber news. And I remember I did a video on it. I'm like, oh my God, bro, it's crazy. So, but hello guys, welcome in. Today we're gonna be talking about some movie news. We're gonna be talking about some gaming news. We're gonna be talking about some content creator news. We're gonna be talking about Twitch.
Oh, bro.
You may boo now.
This guy stinks.
You may boo now. In light of all of Twitch's very recent shitty decisions, yes, you may boo them. And also we're gonna be taking a look at the honey lawsuit. And watching the EDP documentary. To be honest, kind of a light day on news, guys. So, or at least non-VTuber news. So I figured we watch that documentary that we were talking about. I'll be really completely missing the entire honey scandal until I saw the latest Charlie video on it. Holy fucking realize. Oh my God, it's horrible, Shaggy. I mean, they scammed creators for years, for literal fucking years. I mean, they should have just lied to them. They lied to people about what they were doing. I mean, it was like, didn't they like have some extra like source code hidden in there? I mean, it was all kinds of nutty stuff. Oh wait, honey is a whole online yes. I mean, they're since defunct, but obviously now with everything, it's so much worse. So guys, I do want to talk to you guys for just a moment. I want to mention something to you really quick. It's very important. So, if you're listening, type 1. I know we just started stream, but I've had a lot of people kind of reach out to me. A lot of people questioning me, sending me DMs, wondering this or that. And I don't want anybody to be like, I don't know, like up my ass about it because I just need a little bit of time to process. So we will talk about this on Sunday. But guys, we debut tomorrow. This got thrown on me last second. I'm very much just kind of, I don't know, processing. I'm a little emotional about it. Everybody's been asking me to have a hype train, apparently. No, guys! I got it down to an hour and a half. Let this subathon. I could have got it. This could have been the end, guys. Damn it. No, but everybody has been asking me to comment about the whole Nikto thing. I'm very up to date with what's going on with it, guys. This morning, I've been reaching out and talking to people, asking some questions, so I will be addressing this more in depth on Sunday, but I would ask if you give me a little bit of time to process my thoughts a little bit. This is obviously somebody that we were, good friends with on the channel, right? This is somebody that we often, collab with, so I need a little bit of time, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I need a little bit of time to kind of process all this, but I appreciate you guys who reached out, asked me how I'm doing, etc. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm very well aware of what's going on, guys. My normal thing. I try to see how things pan out before I report on it, but yeah, this is it's not good. I'll be honest with you, it's not good. It's not good. So Shout, thank you for the 100 bits. Really angry, but sounds like you need, yeah, I mean, I just need like, I have debut tomorrow, guys. I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot to process emotionally anyways, so I'm not ready to really like speak my mind 100%. I want to make sure I let it settle and look at all the information, but yeah, sadly, Wolf, sadly that is the case. Seems like there was a lot of tomfoolery behind the scenes. They also went and supported, basically maybe platform isn't the right word. They promoted, they promoted a very horrible person. Yeah, there's this There's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, I mean, literally, guys, just keep up. Keep them in the Discord. There's a lot inside the Discord you can take a look at. I guess apparently, they already deleted their Twitter just now, so I'm trying to emotionally put this away until Sunday. Like I'm gonna be so real. I just really want on my debut and like celebrate with you guys and it not be so, you know, dark and bad. So I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I just wasn't expecting this to happen right away like this, but basically, chat. Some McDill got outed for some stuff. They ended up, trying to support this very horrible person. I don't know what their intention was. Um, but obviously, because of that, a lot of people came out with their stories, and their stories were very I'm sorry, guys. Just I was not emotionally ready for that. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want it to ruin stream today. I'm gonna be very real because there's some stuff that thank you, Shadow Dragon. Thank you, dude. I really want to. I really want to stream today. I really want to stream today, and I really want to keep going. Okay, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry, guys. It just I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? Dude, it's just back to back, man. I'm just back to back. You know, like, God, it just sucks. Do y'all remember the tweet I made not too long ago? Where I was just talking about it's really hard to, you know, have friends in the VTubing space. This is exactly why, because you trust somebody and you really try to, I don't know, connect with them, and you try to, be a friend, and then you just find out they're doing awful shit, and it hurts, And then you question yourself because you're like, well, what am I doing? Like, am I just that questionable? Am I really like that poor of a person that I can't judge somebody's character? But I know it's not my fault. Like, I know that. I didn't expect that, guys. I apologize. Sometimes you just want to fucking scream, You just want to, like, I don't know, throw something through a wall. I mean, yeah, it is in his face. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody has their own relationship with individuals. Being a kind and open and trusting individual isn't a personal flaw, but that is frustrating. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I say this all the time, that my best and worst quality is I believe the best in people, right? And sadly that, I get taken advantage of in that way. But Nomad, hello, Laura. You look beautiful today. Please wish me luck because my little sister's oh, nice. Congrats. You got this. That's awesome. Yeah. Hope she has a great time at college. Oh my God, guys. I'm really, really sorry. Just was not expecting that. Shadow Dragon, thank you so much for the gift card, dude. I really, really appreciate it. I'm not going to beat myself up because there was a lot of things I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to lie. I got very close to ending stream, but I'm like, nah, fuck that, dude. I'm not going to let it ruin my day, Thank you again, Shadow Dragon. I've added your time to the timer, bro. Thank you so much. I've been there before. Friends who say they're cool. I'm down on London. They show their true colors for the smallest mistakes. They say they were never friends in the first place. Again, they're lost on your sure. Well, the difference is, Killa, is like, not a lot of people get this, but when you're a content creator, right? It's very isolating because, like for me, like, I work from home, right? So I'm constantly creating content. My life is literally online. You know what I mean? So like, it's really hard when your relationships are mostly online, right? Not always. I mean, I know some people IRL, but you build that relationship with people, and then you want to get to know them a little bit more. And you try to do that, and you open yourself up, and then it turns out that, well, they've done some really shitty stuff. So yeah, it's rough. The girl's one job, and you think you know a guy. Yeah, it's like, but what does house say? Everybody lies. It's so true. It's so true. But on the plus side, you have me and have a baked potato. Well, I want a baked potato now. Now I'm hungry. I'm sad. I just wanted a potato. I don't usually redeem these. I never know what to say. I just want to just remind you we all love you. Oh, thank you. I'll be okay, guys. I wasn't expecting that. I was already kind of a little emotional about it. But I was like, surely I can start streaming, be okay, guys. I'll be fine. Yeah, but that got me. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, I'm really, really sorry. Picture contest and get your potato. But what about my potato? Wait, what? Oh, yes, because our new model looks so good. I've been lying to you this whole time. I'm not actually a shark. What? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Oh, that's actually crazy. No way. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. That's wild. I liked you. I think Chain of Memories is peak. What's wrong with you? No, I trusted you, bro. I trusted you. Damn it, bro. Damn it. You like Chain of Memories? That's not base at all. That's not base at all. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, bro? That's crazy. How could you like to... honestly, Chain of Memories is, I can be honest, guys, it's pretty shit. Yeah, it's pretty shit. I've seen some teaser clips of your bikini model. Oh my god, you like it? Did you like it? Man, I'm so happy about it. I think it looks so good. I'm so excited to show it off to you guys. You have no idea. Yeah, you'll have no idea. It's crazy. And I didn't know your bikini model was generated by ass intensifies. Oh my god, yes. Holy shit. I don't know, Jesse. I don't know. You'll have to, you definitely have to, take a look at it, dude. It's pretty cool. I'll share it with you, though, tomorrow, but... okay, alright. I'm taking a breath. I got this. We're gonna do this. We got this. Although after listening to you yesterday, I have one question with the Zelda costume. You know, I used to have a Zelda mod. But sadly, because of the way that Nintendo works, you can't mod the Switch too. It's really dumb. Yeah, it's really dumb. In all seriousness though, Gen AI can crash and burn. Seriously, we're gonna talk about Gen AI as we talk about the whole Twitch stuff going on today. So yeah, I really missed that skin because that was so cool. But now that we can't mod anything how we used to, it's so dumb. I miss that so much. I'm not gonna goosebumps waiting for the bikini debut. I know you're gonna smash debut hardcore tomorrow. I went through it all like you own the joint. And I got so much to show you guys. It's so cool. Y'all this sweet. I know the bikini model looks like in chat. Y'all ain't expecting what's coming. Wait, have you seen it, Big Lord? Wait, my mods have seen it? Oh, wait, no, they have. They have. Now we're gonna risk getting locked out of Switch Online. Guys, you know what else is crazy, too? I'll tell you another crazy story. There's this one person that I blocked from my streams, right? Like, I have the settings set up where you can't view the stream. And it's really crazy because they continuously are trying to watch my stream on alt accounts and then try to put in unban requests to chat. And then also somehow be on alt accounts to maybe record my streams or see what I say about stuff. It's very weird stalker behavior. I'll actually show you guys this person, which you probably all know. Yeah, very strange. We'll hop right into it and I'll show you immediately before we, get into the news. Yeah, I mean, this is wild, guys. Must live rent-free in their head. Shinigami Ryan, send an unbanned request. I'm talking about Nikto, all this other stuff. Aren't you banned? So you're trying to send unbanned requests and clearly only know we're talking about Nikto because you must be watching on an alt account. Like, can you really not take a ban like that? Do you really have to try and record all of my streams to try to find something to be angry about? Go outside. Go touch grass. On my Twitter, what are you talking about? You mean I saw that you randomly had a new alt account and I blocked it because I want no interaction with you? How was that stalking you? If anything, you're stalking me. You're ban evading. Like, I can't believe this person. I've never had somebody go to the links of this type of behavior, right? Like, you got blocked, move on with your life. Like, if you're still so dedicated to showing up in my streams as some kind of alt account or watching through fan invasion, etc., what a sad life you must live. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, go do something positive, like, that time you could have been stalking me, like, I don't know, volunteering or, I don't know, donating your time, like, go do something positive, I want nothing to do with you. Please have nothing to do with me, like, good lord. Holy shit. Like, yeah, I don't even know what they're talking about. Like, I'm just like, okay, sure, I'm sure you have some proof for that, right? Anyway, we will talk very much in depth about the whole Nikto stuff. There's a lot to, unpack with that. And to make this very, very clear, chat, because obviously this person is trying to bring this up, and I'm sure they're very excited that I brought them up. I'm sure this made their day, right? But normally just ignore this, but I'm not in the mood for it. But also, I'll make it such a statement before even waiting. Yeah, like, I haven't put my take out on it. Like, I haven't even said anything about it. Like, holy shit. How do you get to a point in life where you measure your self-worth based on your hate boner for one person, not realizing that something's wrong with you? Well, I can already tell you about this person, chat. Like, if you really want to know. This person records, like, all of my streams. Yeah, they record all of my streams and try to, like, incite some kind of, like, issues with other people by recording my streams. It's very weird behavior. Like, it's okay to have different opinions about stuff, right? Like, obviously, like, we're very fair, we're very nuanced here. Obviously, there's some things like doxing which are unacceptable, right? There's always nuance, though. There's always nuance, right? But I will give you my full breakdown of the Nikto situation on Sunday, guys, because there's a lot more to it than just that one individual. Obviously, finding out that they've lied about a bunch of stuff, misrepresented a bunch of things to multiple creators, including myself. That's obviously problematic, but yeah, how many accounts do I have to ban you on? Like, good lord, like, move on with your life. Yeah, it's I don't like to do call-outs like that. I feel like people get off on it, and then they'll clip it, and they'll share with their little friends, and blah-bitty. But, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it today, Mr. Krabs. So, but yeah, why don't you wait for my coverage on Sunday, and I'll tell you exactly how I feel about everything. Weird. I guess they're funneling their, I don't know, recordings to somebody, but whatever. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Kura. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about what's going on in non-VTuber news. Again, I'm very sorry for just getting a little emotional, guys. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that this morning. Also, really wasn't expecting this random stalker person to keep coming back, but here we are. We live our lives. So first up, guys, I do want to talk about movies and anime news, and then we'll talk about some gaming news. Again, Shadow Dragon, thank you for the gift card, bro. I really, really appreciate you. Yeah, but I'm Elsa. I'm concealed, don't feel. Yeah, don't let them know. Like, alright, so anyway, guys, unfortunately, much to everybody's dismay, including mine, the live-action Labubu movie, it's a thing, guys. Yep, I will focus on the backstory of where the creatures came from, rooted in Nordic mythology. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys know, but I do have a Labubu model coming. I think I'm gonna debut that one on Halloween though, but I'll let you know for sure. So, get ready. On other news as well, guys, Kit Connor has been cast as Cyclops in the upcoming X-Men film. Honestly, I'm kind of about it. I'm okay with Kit Connor being like a younger Cyclops. Yeah, apparently there's a lore wrapper, but I'm about it. I guess we'll see what happens with that. In other news as well, guys, Jeff the Killer. Well, apparently there was a Jeff the Killer movie. Maybe that wasn't a thing, but it got taken down, so rip. In other news, guys, Canadian cinema actually never received their Spider-Man Brand New Day posters. So instead, they actually ended up drawing their own one with Spooderman. They said, sorry, we never received the real posters. Sorry for any inconvenience. I love that. That's what they ended up using. Stop eating me. Yeah, apparently they're going to make a movie about it, but also, of course, they did end up having to take it down. Even though it went viral, the person who drew it said the boss told him the head office asked for it to be removed to avoid upsetting the studio. I don't know, dude. I feel like this is like free marketing, dude. Like, Spider-Man was perfect. Like, why do we have to take this down? This is peak Honestly, I feel like the head studio would be like, yeah, no, buy into that, bro. Like, it's free marketing. It's awesome. I mean, again, in Boston, the head office has to move because they didn't want to upset the studio. So they don't know if it upset the studio, but I don't know. It could have been cool. Another news as well, guys. Coyote versus Acme. This was a big tax write-off type a movie that came out for Warner Brothers. Well, apparently it debuted with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It appears in theaters coming up in 2 weeks, but people are saying absolute cinema. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Coyote sweep. Coyote sweep. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with it, but apparently it's got really, really good ratings. Let's look at a review. Yeah, we're saving every animation mania spent some time wishing for another Who, Frame Roger Rabbit. So while they're comparing it to Roger Rabbit, it's extremely fitting the movie about perseverance and refusing to give up against all odds should itself have required so much persistence to finally reach movie audiences. If you know anything about this movie, guys, it's essentially a big tax write-off, so that's really cool. I can't wait to see them. Yeah, I mean, with such a high rating, it's nice to see like more traditional like animated stuff do so well like that. And then finally, guys, I do want to talk about this for a moment, but director Craig Gillespie, I said it right, apparently was using an AI generated concept art for Supergirl that involved, of course, Lobo here. If you take a look, this looks very AI generated, right? So I don't know if he knew that it was an AI generated picture. Obviously, we have no idea, but I mean, it's kind of like a bad look, right? It is clearly AI generated, right? But which we don't know. He just looked like he was pulling out from like a library of pictures, right? So, I mean, maybe he didn't know, but it's still a bad look, right? I think anytime we see generative AI, especially in like a WB Studio type stuff, that's pretty questionable. What's even worse? What's even worse is that WB actually released this, but it was quickly deleted. So I do think that they were very aware of, how this looked. So at least they did delete that video, didn't just like leave it up like, shamelessly. In other news, guys, I do want to talk about some gaming news. First up, guys, we're going to talk about the GTA trailer. Now, this comes out on August 27th, but people are very upset because apparently the Grand Theft Auto trailer has an extended look over on Netflix. People are upset about that because it's paywalled, right? You have to have a Netflix subscription to be able to look at this particular trailer. Well, what I will say, what I will say about this is, it does release 6 hours after. I think so. Look will become free for everybody after the 6-hour exclusivity. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have that much of a big reason to get upset if you only have to wait 6 hours. Like, I think it's just like, because you have a Netflix subscription, you get the benefit of viewing it early, right? That game is going to be, I thought it was 80. I thought it was 80. There's a lot of fake traders, yeah. I don't know, how do y'all feel about it? I don't feel like this is like the biggest deal. Yes, you gotta wait an extra 6 hours, but I mean, it's really not that bad. Like, if they completely hit it and you can only watch it through Netflix, okay, I can see why you might be upset, but I mean, you just gotta wait. Yeah, I don't really feel like that's a big of a deal. Let me know though, am I like wrong for that? Of course, in other news as well, guys, Sonic and Fortnite are teaming up. Yes, that's right, guys. Sonic and Fortnite. Take a look. No, I didn't make that up. So apparently, Chapter 7, Season 4, Override is going to have something here with Fortnite. So I'll let you know when we get more about that. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people love Fortnite. A lot of people love Sonic. And it seems like it was inevitable at this point, right? Fortnite strikes again. Another news as well, we did actually recently hear from the current CEO of Xbox. He said live playthrough of Elder Scrolls 6, subtitle blanked out this morning, The scale and grandeur are incredible. The story is even greater. So, hey, I mean, it might be a little bit biased, right? Of course, they're CEO of Xbox, but I don't know, guys. Hopefully, at least you get an update, right? Seems like it's very big. We'll see what's going on with it when it comes out. Another news as well, guys. We're getting a very special sneak peek into Kingdom Hearts starting tomorrow. Over on the D23 panel. Take a look.
Tune into a live stream of the deep dive into Kingdom Hearts panel at D23 on Disney YouTube on August 15th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Get ready for a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the games with special guests Nana Gad, Disney and Pixar Games, Taya Su, Square Enix, Haley Joel Osment, voice of Sora, David Gallagher,
I'm glad they're at least having
voice of
Haley
Riku,
Joel there. I know we
and
went through
Renee
some
Johnson,
controversies, so
Disney character voices.
that's awesome. So we got, Haley Joel Osment, we got David Gallagher, and that's tomorrow, guys, at D23, which is basically the Disney Expo. If you're not familiar with that. But yeah, I think we're gonna get some Kingdom Hearts 4 news. That's what I'm expecting. So get excited, guys. Now, have you ever used Pokemon Home, guys? Man, I got some bad news for you. Unfortunately, Pokemon Bank will stop working and be able to connect to Pokemon Home on February 26, 2027, guys. Huge womp womp. Pokemon will not be able to be stored in it any longer. It cannot connect to Pokemon Home after that date. Yeah, there's a bank now, Mishi. Very, very sad. Very, very sad, guys. So, go ahead and pull your Pokemon out. You would not want to leave them in there after that point. And other news as well, guys, are you familiar with Saber Games? Well, a former person who used to work for Saber Games actually ended up writing the CEO. I was upset that it got replaced with AI. And here's how the CEO responded. Now, before we look at this, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most understanding, how do you think the CEO responded to this former employee? Do you think they were very kind about it? Do you think they were very empathetic? What do you think, guys? Yeah, Saber Interactive. -6, 7 out of 10. Well, here we go. This Week in Video Games requested a follow-up comment from Saber Interactive and received the following statement from Karch. Ella who? I had to ask Claude because I'd never spoken to her seen her. Oh, off to a great start. And we had already said we were using AI for certain parts of the game. I will update the Steam page once we have finalized the feature set. Let me clarify the entire story script were it to win an award. We'll get to someone who can walk up on stage and receive it. It was always our intention to reveal this until Stella violated her confidentiality clause and revealed this before we were ready. We look at our use of AI in this particular game, which would be a lower price title as a plus for consumers. As far as Stella's concerned, she was replaced by someone more talented and terminated for a variety of reasons a few months later. From what I can gather, she enjoys controversy even more than I do. I would frankly, in retrospect, have been happy to replace her with AI. At least I've been dealing with someone programmed to be honest. Holy shit, bro. What the fuck? Oh my god. Linus is like, oh man. Everyone's saying he will support Saber Games because of this. You're being so excited. Disappointed devs who have no say in this. CEOs are a dime a dozen. Often say stupid shit. Don't punish the people who are working for a living. I'll bet 20 more for a game that is not using that slop that does understand their audience at all. Right. Like, obviously, people don't want this stuff. Especially, like, my thing is, like, be transparent about it, right? And then people should be allowed to make their decision. But if you ask most everybody, nobody wants this shit in their video games, right? Unfortunately, most people are just better at hiding it. But, yeah, right here, guys, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. What a fucking response, guys. Holy shit. So, I definitely encourage you to question your support of Saber Interactive after that. My god. Another news as well, guys. Roblox is being investigated. That is right, guys. The U.S. Senate has launched an investigation into Roblox. Can we get some claps? Fucking finally, dude. Fucking finally. Yep, as of yesterday, guys. Here's what's going on with that. Yeah, Apparently, they are reaching out for information. Take a look.
U.S. Senators Josh Hawley, RMO, and Dick Durbin, DL, sent a letter to Roblox founder, president, CEO, and chair of the board of directors David Baszucki, informing him that the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Counterterrorism opened an investigation into Roblox.
That's a
In the
pretty big
letter,
deal, chat.
Senator Hawley and Senator Durbin called attention to explicit content present on the platform, as well as its connection to real-world child abuse. This investigation is only the latest in the series of actions Senator Hawley and Senator Durbin have taken to protect children online,
Yeah, finally like a
including their
bajillion
Stop
years late,
CSAM
but...
Act passing out of committee unanimously.
So to begin, we write to inform you that the Senate Judiciary Committee Subcommittee on Crime and Counterterrorism has opened an investigation into child safety on the Roblox gaming platform. They continued, view Trumper Roblox as a safe digital playground for children as young as 5, but the public record raises serious questions about this promise of safety. Over the past decade, police have arrested numerous individuals who are committing serious acts of violence and harm against children. They met via Roblox, including grooming, sexual abuse, kidnapping, rape, and even murder. Roblox is being used to trade child sexual abuse material, participate in sexually explicit and often violent virtual experiences with children, bribe and extort children into producing explicit content, and lure children into in-person meetings. It is heartbreaking. In 2025, Roblox reported 65,381 instances of suspected child sexual exploitation to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, more than double what is reported in 2024. So again, this is reported back in 2025. That's more than double what is reported in 2024 for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Holy fucking shit, dude. Roblox is an actual breeding ground for horrible, horrible stuff. My God. Yeah, I'll let elara read this as I take a sip of tea.
Roblox appears to prioritize revenue and engagement metrics over the safety and well-being of our children, and the alleged criminal activity on Roblox warrants congressional scrutiny. Accordingly, be advised that Roblox is hereby directed to preserve all records, in any format and wherever located, in connection with child safety, child sexual or physical abuse, child bullying, or child financial exploitation. Let us be clear, children on your platform are hurting. Congress will not look the other way.
Good.
We await your prompt and complete response.
So, I mean, as soon as obviously I'll update you as soon as Roblox responds, if they respond, but I kind of doubt it at this point. My God. Holy shit. This is big news, guys. Really, really big news. Excited to see what happens with it. And finally, guys, Stop Killing Games is going all in, guys. It's time to sue Sony. Join us. Doesn't Play One and Stop Killing Games are backing the class action lawsuit against Sony, guys. Oh my God, take a look.
Have you ever noticed that digital PlayStation games are more expensive than physical ones? Pretty weird, right? You'd expect digital games to be cheaper.
They're supposed to be.
So what's going on? Sony has a monopoly on digital game sales on PlayStation. Your PlayStation is designed so you can only buy digital games through Sony's own store.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
once
it's
Sony stops
really,
selling
really
physical
on.
games in 2028, you won't have any choice at all. That's how Sony shuts out the competition, and you end up paying way more. On average, up to 47%. It's basically a Sony tax, and that's clearly against the law. Look, of course, Sony is allowed to make money, but it has to play fair. That's why we're taking legal action for fair game prices, without the Sony tax and with real alternatives to Sony's digital store. We're also demanding that Sony repay the money it unfairly made from Dutch gamers. And Dutch gamers can help by signing up on our website. Together, we can create a fair PlayStation.
So you can go to
Have you ever noticed
fairplaystation.com, guys, if you want to take a look at that. But honestly, I think this is a huge, huge deal. I'll keep an eye on this, but yeah, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Can't wait. Very, very cool. In other news, guys, we're going to switch over to content creator news. We're going to talk about a few various things. Then we'll talk about Twitch, and then we'll talk about Honey, and of course, the EDP doc. So that one's kind of long, but I think it'll be fun to ultimately watch. So First up, guys, apparently in Charlotte, North Carolina, tweeting out, police are asking for the public's help in finding the criminals who vandalized several flock cameras. Oh no, guys. Not flock cameras. Oh, I can't believe they're getting vandalized. In South Carolina town, spraying expanding foam on them. Authorities believe that at-large criminals snuck up on the cameras with spray foam canisters and sprayed the lenses before the cameras had a chance to ID them. Womp womp, guys. Man, crazy. Crazy stuff. In other news, I really encourage all of you to watch out for what the fuck you're clicking on stream, because Owen Pixel actually opened up a very suspicious website on his stream, which auto-downloaded 2 PNG files. And yeah, unfortunately, it spammed his PC. Kind of comical, but guys, just be careful out there.
Suck. Yeah.
Hello, my name is
I'm talking get your money, come sit on the beat. You gotta put a lot of it. Because I like to have a lot of. I want some cheeseburgers just.
Bruh.
I'm talking get your money, come sit on the beat. You gotta put a lot.
Did I get hacked? It said downloaded, no?
Bruh. Don't open random files, guys. That's like Internet 101, dude.
I should have not opened that. I'm actually dumb as fuck.
Bro, stop opening the files! What are you doing? Oh my god. So, guys, just a warning. Don't open random fucking internet files. Don't go to random internet sites and just download random shit, guys. Absolutely nuts. The song is funny, though. In other news, guys, I want to talk about the newest Twitch ambassadors. All right, so let me scroll down here. You know, we got a bunch of people, guys. We have Moohoodles, we have Bert's Beat, we have Boobell, we have Whiskey Dingo. Whiskey's awesome, very much deserved. TV, we have Blight. We also have, of course, Ghost Arcade in Extra Emily. Oh yeah, that's right, guys. You know the streamer that multiple times has driven distracted and almost killed people, 3 separate times? Oh my god, that's such a good idea. Let's make them a Twitch ambassador. Great idea, guys. Yeah, you know the one that put people's lives in danger? Oh yeah, so you should definitely make them an ambassador. I'm not even kidding, guys. Twitch decided to make Extra Emily a fucking ambassador. What are they doing, bro? So of course I tweet out about this. I'm like, you're telling me the person who's put people's lives in danger multiple times while live on stream is being given Twitch ambassador. If you read below, Extra Emily does not embody the 3 pillars of the program. Well, the 3 pillars of the Twitch ambassador program is fostering collaboration, positive change, and brand advocacy. Well, if she's murdering people while on her fucking car, I mean, she's not murdering people, actually. She's not really actually hitting them, but you know what I mean? Like, she's putting people in danger, right? How is that fostering collaboration? How is that positive change? How is that brand advocacy? You're putting people's lives in danger, right? You're putting people's lives in danger. What if you hurt somebody? What if you murdered someone? What if you took somebody's life? That is a problem. You are live on stream, texting and driving, looking at your phone, and somehow Twitch thinks, oh, that's a good idea to make them ambassador. What is wrong with you, Twitch? On top of that, too, kind of a little known fact that I don't think a lot of people know about, but when you get added as a Twitch ambassador, they provide valuable feedback on all things Twitch, participating in roundtables with various Twitch stream ambassadors. They're also included in the Twitch Safety Advisory Collective. That is right, guys. So people that are brought on as a Twitch ambassador are added to the Twitch Safety Advisory Collective. How would you be able to comment on safety when you're out there putting people's lives in danger? I can't, bro. I cannot. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? This is so dumb, dude. This is so dumb. Oh my god. I don't understand, guys. Like, we have wonderful Twitch ambassadors like Miss Lala, right? Miss Lala is amazing Twitch ambassador. Like, literally, to me, the epitome of a Twitch ambassador. What the actual fuck is this? I don't get it, guys. me ask you all, what's your thoughts? Do you think that she deserves to be a Twitch ambassador? Do you think this is somebody playing favorites? I mean, obviously people are saying, oh, you know, so these idiots at Twitch have double standards. I can think of like 100 streamers. I watch her more worthy ambassador badge. Ambassadors should be good leaders. I think the one who drives recklessly is a wild choice of an ambassador. I don't know the rest of them except extremely. Twitch is so cooked. Twitch is not a serious company. I mean, again, yeah, it's favoritism, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't get interested. We're going to talk about lots of horrible mistakes that Twitch is going to make here very soon. So last week, guys, I talked about this clip where Austin McBroom was dressed up as Spider-Man. And apparently this woman went up and sexually assaulted him, right? Grabbed him by his crotch. And of course, this was something we talked about. And we were like, well, that is absolutely horrible. That's sexual assault. However, I did hear some rumors about this being potentially staged, right? Well, guys, turns out there might actually be a little bit of something to that, right? So let's go take a look here because apparently Austin McBroom is being called out for allegedly faking that sexual misconduct while dressed up as Spider-Man. I guess the one is gone. The woman who approached him claimed she was paid, and the Austin team dismissed her concerns and asked her to delete her post regarding it being a skit. Here's some of the receipts. Are you busy today? I'm on my way back from the beach. What's up? Austin needs a girl to come on stream today. It's a paid opportunity. Again, this comes from Darko. Again, maybe there's like a hypothetical. These are faked, but you know, I'm still gonna read it, right? Yeah, see, I don't know anything about him, Zogi, so that's good context. I'm with my friend. Can she come? Yeah, what's her gram? Also, I'm gonna tell you one of the clips you want to get with you. You're cool with it? Okay, what is it? Basically, he's gonna be wearing a Spider-Man costume. Gonna have a cup on under, and he wants you to, like, jokingly grab it and be like, the fuck is that? Don't stream onto it, so it's something crazy just for the clip. LMFAO, okay, perfect. Gonna be in Hollywood. It's going to be a quick clip. You're basically gonna walk and be like, hey, Spider-Man, grab his stuff and walk off. What's your number? I'll put you in a group chat with his assistant. It's like 300 for like 5 to 10 minutes. It says, hey, Brandy, this is where he'll coordinate a rest with you. Can you make it between his time? I'll send him your cash app. After you're done, come outside. What do you want me to say? Grab it. Okay, and see, it's big now. I did. Should we do it again or no? I don't know if I fucked up. Now you're good. Perfect. It seems like there were definitely some receipts to go with this. But yeah, again, faking a sexual assault in a Spider-Man costume is generally a new tier of content strategy. I mean, he went on to pretend like, you know, this was really bad. I mean,
what? Nah, give me a second.
You know, just acting like what the fuck's going on. So again, he allegedly has faked this as well. Very, very crazy, guys. I wanted to follow this up with you because I know we talked about the rumor that this might be a thing. Obviously, sexual assault is not okay, but faking it is even crazier. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why would you joke about that? That's something you joke about. Insane, guys. Insane. Another news as well, guys. Valkyrie recently dealt with a parasocial person. We just dealt with a parasocial person in our stream. Valkyrie actually had to block a fan update account after complaining that she never streams, calling out fans who feel entitled to her time. I don't care how much of a fan you are, there needs to be a little bit of boundaries. Apparently this fan account named Valky Hub, which is now gone, it might get nuked for this, but I disagree with Valkyrie here. If you're not live on your channel, then you're not streaming. I'm gonna be honest, I disagree with that. You're collabing on someone else's channel or ads, different community, different vibes, and a good chunk of your audience probably has no idea you're there. The thing is like they are streaming though. Like just because they're on somebody else's channel doesn't mean that they're not making content, right? Like you're complaining they never stream, but sometimes you just want to hang out with people, right? Like I don't know. I think it's so dumb to be like extra like I don't know parasocial about it, but Valkyrie did call it out, and of course that account did deactivate, guys. I'm telling you, the more years that go on for me, the more you're still on stream, even if it's not yours. Exactly. The more years that go on, the more people that are parasocial or like try to push boundaries with me, I'm just gonna call out more and more because I feel like, unfortunately, the environment of it is you can't look as much the other way anymore. It's wild. In other news, guys, Asmongold, as you guys know, last week I talked about this. He got banned, guys. He actually received a 14-day ban. It's a 14-day ban. But what I wanted to show you all, what I wanted to show you all is that Asmongold basically said, yeah, you know, I said nothing wrong and I won't apologize for it, which I kind of assume is going to be the deal, right? Asmon doesn't apologize for anything he says. Asmon says something, he means it, right? But he did get a 14-day ban for this. He did have a little bit of a health issue scare as well. I will throw that in there, but anyway, I'll let you take a look at it. He did have a very controversial political clip, Volcano, but you can go look at it yourself if you want.
Criticisms people have of me that are valid, where like I probably do dial it up a little bit too much, and maybe I could use different rhetoric, etc. But I want to let you know that I apologize for nothing. I meant exactly what I said, and I think that these borders should be defended with lethal force whenever it's being invaded by 40 to 60,000 people at the same time. That's an incredibly dangerous thing for all the people that live in that country, and I don't think that a government has an obligation to allow a bunch of invaders to pour over and potentially kill their own citizens. I find this to just be horrible, and ultimately it should be stopped. I think that I really do have the most moral and ethical position on this, because the moment that you create an incentive, you also drive a behavior.
Obviously, you can go watch his full YouTube video if you'd like to, but I just want to give you the update. He doesn't care, he didn't apologize, and he's on a 14-day ban, guys. That's what happened after that very viral clip. Speaking of controversial people, guys, let's also talk about Chud the Builder. Remember this guy? The guy that shot somebody, or I'm sorry, not shot somebody, fired a weapon outside of, you know, a government building. Well, yeah, this guy actually went on $1 million bond, and somehow in bail bond services covered $100,000 each. Yeah, it was way too far, Nova. And he's actually out. He's actually out on bail, guys. I cannot believe this. I don't know how they even allowed him to go on bail. Insane. Very horribly racist person, guys. I'm sure you remember some of the clips we covered, but he will remain under house arrest after bonding out of jail. Gotta wear a GPS ankle monitor, surrenders weapons, avoid posting about the incident on social media, and of Nashville except for court appearances. I even know you can split a bail. Yeah, absolutely. As long as you just have the, you know, capital amount, that's it. But I think that it is a very unfortunate thought process. I agree, Thunderboy, but obviously this guy, very horribly racist. You've seen the clips of my coverage of him. In case you ever need to look him up, TLDR, really just horrible, horrible guy. Got arrested for multiple things. Got hit with $1 million bond, and somehow he still posted it. Yeah, really, really racist. Basically, he would go around negative and try to farm interactions by being very, very racist. Saying horrible slurs. He also went like a restaurant, filmed a bunch of stuff, said racist things, ran out on the tab. Yeah, very, very, very awful person. And other news as well, guys, Selena Gomez is actually being sued for alleged fraud over a mental health startup. Plaintiffs invested nearly $1.2 million in Wondermind Global, but this company failed to actually allegedly deliver. Singer and actor Selena Gomez was sued on Thursday by investors who say she committed fraud by failing to fulfill duties to build and promote her mental health startup. Obviously, I already told you the plaintiffs invested $1.2 million when it launched in 2021 with a pitch to help users strengthen their mental fitness. So this happened back in 2021. Investors said it told Gomez, one of the biggest celebrities on social media, with more than 500 million followers, to be actively involved in building the company as head of marketing. Argued Gomez and other company leaders failed to deliver on promises, including creating a mobile app. There was no legitimate enterprise, and the works, much less a lucrative one the plaintiffs had. Then the company failed to meet even its most basic obligations, such as the timely paying its employees and vendors. So, guess we'll see what's going on with that, guys. Yeah, very just kind of like out of nowhere. And I know we've been talking about YouTube quite a lot, but sadly, guys, in the wave of the ASMR bans, also YouTube animators are being demonetized. You can see here, like, recently made a post regarding an animator known as YouTunes. I had her a whole channel demonetized because YouTube moderation labeled her channel as being misleading family content channel. I mean, we have multiple people, guys. So we have this one here. We also have Hono Brad, but True. This AI moderation that is going on in YouTube is absolutely fucking unacceptable, guys. Unacceptable. I feel so bad for all of these creators, and I really hope that they're able to push back. But YouTube's been on some absolute bullshit, guys. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I cannot tell what's AI or not, and that's a problem. And then again, you're put at the mercy of a system that can't realize that it's wrong. Like, you're fucked, you know? But you know what's even more fucked than that, guys? And what's going on with Twitch? Let's talk about this. So, first up, guys, a little update about Twitch sponsorships. If you never knew this, Twitch sponsorships, in some cases, would not pay out because you didn't have what's called completed viewership. It was a metrics a lot of people were kind of like very confused about. Many creators found that it got paid 30 to 70% less based on that max payout because of this. Well, now we know that apparently the limitations of this are caused by ad blockers, JavaScript disablers, image blockers, and fraud filtering. So if somebody's using any of these things, it can affect what's called completed views or sponsorships as a streamer, which I think is really shitty. I mean, obviously that's not your fault. I mean, it's not the advertiser's fault either. It's just kind of like a shitty circumstance all around, right? If you're trying to fulfill this thing, you think you have a certain amount of viewers. Well, apparently it's not a verified or completed viewers, so salary just doesn't really doesn't count, which sucks, which really sucks. But I thought I would let you know if you're a streamer, guys, to be on the lookout for that. First, also in light of everything going on, guys, Craig Knapp, who is Twitch's VP of Global Business Development, is leaving the company after nearly 10 years. I wonder why that is, guys. We'll stick around for about 10 seconds and I'll tell you why. But they are leaving, guys. Of course, Twitch went on to hire a new staff. And they got Christine Cassis as Chief Marketing Officer. She was most recently Director of Marketing at Shopify. And before that, a 3-year stint at Google in digital engagement and live stream marketing. I can't tell you this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, we have to wait, but we'll see, guys. I mean, they seem to have a pretty storied career, as you can see behind that. So maybe they'll talk some sense into Twitch because they certainly need it. Yeah, Twitch is awful. First Access, she replaces Rachel Delphine, who left the company in November 2025. Since then, Craig Knapp has largely been in charge of the organization. Of course, he just left as well. But guys, I hope you're ready. Buckle the fuck up, type 2 in the chat, because you're definitely going to want a little bit of something to have for this one, guys, because this is a big story, guys. The outrage was swift and massive, but Twitch has decided to start using generative AI to train models for their website. That is right. Twitch now uses your channel to train generative AI by default, guys. Go ahead, get your booze out. Get your booze out, guys.
This guy stinks.
Yeah, get your booze out, guys. What's up, Gordy? How are you? How are you doing, bro? Yeah, with all the recent news, how you doing, bro? That is right. Huge boom. Of course, allows your channel content to train generative AI content models at Amazon. If you don't know this, Amazon is umbrella above Twitch, right? So, I mean, it's kind of important to keep in mind. However, guys, what's really shitty about this is you don't start opting out, right? Twitch isn't making the Gen AI training opt-in because no one would voluntarily choose to opt in, right? They're instead offering an opt-out. So they literally know, guys, that nobody would really want to opt into this. So they're by default opting you into it, and you have to choose to opt out. Take a look.
Service already permit training of models. We went the extra step to add the controls to let you opt out. We know many of you will opt out, and that is completely by design. Now, why is it not opt-in? That's what
Because
everybody
you guys
is here spamming in chat. I get it. Let me opt in versus making me opt out. Well, there's an honest answer, and I think most of you probably can appreciate this. Like, if it was opt in, nobody would opt in. That's honestly the answer.
Bro, they know. They know. They're like, yeah, nobody would opt in. Yes, because nobody wants it. Now, guys, I do want to say this really quickly. I do want you to offer a little bit of grace to these two, and I'm going to tell you why. I know you can put the pitchforks at half. You don't put them all the way up. Put them halfway up, because there's something you need to consider about this, right? I'm going to share it with you, but yeah, exactly. Why would you make it in? But bear with me, guys. I know that you want to put the pitchforks up, but hear me out, okay? Let's finish the clip, and I'll tell you why.
So by it's going to be on by default, and as I said, almost every content service in the world is on by default. I think the thing that we're doing here that is unique and different is respecting your wishes to opt out of model training. And I know this is not a fan favorite. I know it's very upsetting to the community, but this is where we are.
Yeah, we don't expect you.
Service already.
Well, I mean, he says this is where we are, right? And I can tell you, I watched this whole fucking dumpster fire of a PR statement, guys. And to be honest, guys, I don't think this comes from Twitch. I think it comes from Amazon, right? So I'm looking here. Twitch updated its terms of service. It no longer stores or caches user content with an aim to improve or providing the Twitch services. It now exercises its license for Twitch and or its affiliates businesses instead of just monetizing the services. You can also see here, allow your channel content to train generative AI content models at Amazon. Guys, this is an Amazon thing. Amazon pushes down onto Twitch. They sound like they really are just like, I don't even know if they wanted it, right? But I think that they are the ones that sadly are having to deal with it, right? Yeah, curse you, Bezos, exactly. This is very much an issue of Bezos, right? It's not Twitch themselves. Yes, they are under Amazon, but this decision comes down from the top, right? Shannon says it's not a conspiracy. It's not fear-mongering. Amazon are stealing your faces, your voice, your art, logo, brand to make fake streamers.
This sounds like a man who was given no say. Agreed.
Right, exactly.
It's very likely that this was something done above their heads and they are forced, by
agree
contract or office politics, to support it.
Yep.
Cheers for you, Elara, giving an honest opinion.
Well, and I think a lot of people, again, want to go after the Twitch people, but like, honestly, guys, I think for some of us that have been in a professional background before, sometimes you have to carry out stuff in a business that you don't like. And sadly, that's just part of being a professional, right? In this case, they have jobs, right? And they want to sustain their livelihood. And I'm sure that they know it's not a popular opinion, right? It's dumb. They don't want it, right? You can see they say, we know this isn't popular. We know people would never opt into it, but this is what's coming down, the pipeline, right? But very important that what the OP says here, it says, what exactly does opting out cover? What doesn't it cover? Well, you opt out and decide to not allow your channel content to train generative AI content models. Your streams, VODs, clips, stream chats, and pictures and text on your channel will not be used in future training of a model developed by Amazon, whose purpose is to generate or synthesize text, audio, images, or videos. So, guys, I want to make this very clear. For streamers that are opted into this, stream chats, you guys, if mine was on, mine is off, but mine was on, they would be using your information as a chatter to train their stuff. Which obviously, I mean, I have a problem with, right? I've turned it off on my channel, but as you can see, guys, looking at this, it does not seem like that this is coming from Twitch itself. It's being filtered down from Amazon. And of course, I think it's even more supported by this clip, where Twitch themselves aren't even sure whether Amazon has used Twitch creator VODs prior to today to train its AI models. Everything is very, everything seems very quick. It seems very rushed. Nobody has any answers. I think it's very indicative of a company making a very blanket decision and saying, okay, you need to make a statement, put it out right away. You know what I mean?
Already been used for training.
In terms of, I don't actually know the answer to that question because I don't know what Amazon Amazon in this case has done in terms of model training and what they've used and not used.
Opting out removes your previously collected content from future training, and it makes sure your content isn't used in future generative AI training. So I would.
So again, it's from August. What did this come out? August 12th. Let me double check. Yeah, August 12th. So on basically August 12th and forward now, it will not use that training. But anything before might be fair game. We just don't know. And again, this is why I feel like this is definitely Amazon, because they don't know anything. It feels very rushed. And they're just being put out to be fed to the wolves and deal with this, right? We'll talk about that as well. Actually, no, I'll get to it right now. Which I agree with Zach on this as well. I think it's very spineless that Dan Clancy stuck both of those poor people out there, right? He stuck Mike, Mary, and he threw him to the wolves. Guys, this should be something that Dan Clancy himself, the head of fucking Twitch, shares that message with everybody. I don't understand why, for some fucking reason, he threw this out to two random people. What do you mean they're not random? I guess that's too strong of a word, right? But this is your head of community and chief product officer. But nonetheless, this needs to come from Dan, right? He's at the top. He needs to be one to share that message and take the brunt of that. I'm sorry that's part of being a CEO. Sorry, but that goes on to say, I'm just going to say it's really spineless behavior that Dan Clancy wasn't a co-host. He made his entire run as CEO being front and center of every stream. When the toughest announcement yet comes, he throws Mary Kish under the bus. Very, very true. Very, very true. So, there are a lot of clips to look at that Taz was very kind in getting together. So, let's go take a look at this. But here was the one about the opting in. Here were the bots who didn't know about the scraping. They did not talk to ambassadors about this at all, right? About their opinions on Gen AI. And again, I don't think it would have mattered because Amazon said, you're doing this and that's it.
I'm going to answer. Watts asks, did Twitch ask the ambassadors and creators their thoughts prior to rolling this out? I can't speak to all creators, but I can speak to the ambassador program. I did not ask ambassadors their thoughts. We were pretty tight-lipped on what we were able to ask or provide. I did read through all of the user voice entries, and I am very aware of the current vibe and reaction from this community on
I doubt it, Gordy.
AI,
I doubt it.
period. And so I was able to utilize that. I'm sorry I couldn't invite the ambassadors for your reactions early. We really wanted to try and be able to release this after getting all of our communications approved and I'm going to answer.
Threw him to the wolves, guys. What? Obviously, I don't feel like they're very happy about this decision either, but this is coming down from Bezos, right? Twitch official streams are opted out of training despite them being the one to make the feature in the first place. This is one of my favorite clips. Check this out, guys.
Yeah. 8-Bit Dylan asks, will Twitch's official streams be opt-in or opt-out? I think we're gonna opt out.
The official Twitch streams are like,
8-Bit Dylan
yeah, we're gonna
asks,
opt out. Like, even they're like, nah, fuck this, bro. That's crazy. First Taz says, Twitch doesn't know what happens when two creators stream together using different settings for training. Again, this goes into my ideology of it being rushed. This is crazy, actually. I think that's very dangerous because, hypothetically, if I turn off the setting, right, and then I hang out with Gordy and he's like, oh, my name's Gordy. I'm a pumpkin head and I love generative AI. And then he wants to, train the models. I'd be like, oh my God, Gordy, how could you do this to me in my chat? And he'd be like, haha, you suck, Elara. I hate your dumb face. And I'd be like, oh my God, Gordy, wow, I can't believe you would do this to me. Crazy, guys. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that you can see the situation where this could be very problematic for two creators where one is like, I don't want to train any generative AI. And the other one is like, oh, hell no, bro. What the fuck? By the way, I'm kidding. Gordy doesn't like generative AI. Just to be clear, Gordy's really cool and does not like generative AI. Yeah. The only thing here is that, hey, Elara, exactly. Oh my god.
Squishy asks, what happens if a creator who opted out is collabing with a creator that opted in for a
I
stream
mean, it's
together
very
session?
problematic, guys. Very problematic.
That's a good question.
Stream together session.
So if you were opted in and I
Yeah.
was opted out and we streamed together, what would happen?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good
Anything
question.
you show on stream, guys.
We should.
Your
what
model,
we should do
your
there
art.
is respect the.
All of it. All of it, guys. Your model, your art, all of that can be used. That's crazy. And now, of course, was the end of the thread. Thank you, Taz, for putting that together. That was very helpful because I was trying to like clip my own stuff, and that's on Taz put this out. I'm like, oh, thank God! Like this helps so much. Such a game changer, honestly. So of course, guys. In light of this, before we continue, how well do you think this went over? On a scale of 1 to 10, like how well do you think all of this just went over with the community? What's your thoughts, guys? Yeah, do you think it went well? Do you think it was bad? Do you think it was good? Well, let's go take a look here at some of the comments. Here we go. UMVP for getting this heads up. Yeah, fuck this shit, like my lord. Thank you for helping get the word out. I disabled this and keep warning others. Thank you. I see Sylvie says it's really annoying about this. You can only opt out on the website. It's not available on the app yet. I had no idea. The quotes are a lot more brutal. My viewers have turned this off, left settings, come back to settings, and it was auto back on again, by the way. I want to double check that, guys. Of course, Bear the Witch says train this. This is my favorite response. Oh, yeah. You know, even Friendly, just like talking about revenue split, you know, doesn't use your content to train AI. People are saying here's how you toggle it off. Here's the setting. Straight jorking it. Sayu says, turn it off and you should too, because Twitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Amelie says, I'm so tired of this. Grandpa very appropriately says this.
The fuck is this? What the fuck is this right?
I agree, Ray. What the fuck is this? I, for one, can't wait to find out 3 months from now that everybody who opted out was in some way punished for doing so. I mean, we'll see. But Pup says, still this day, I refuse to use the art category because of their church's self-awareness for making the art of the AI. I see, obviously, they still have not changed over the years of protests. Love the world we live in right now. Yeah, this was a very swift and massive backlash, guys. On top of this, guys, TwitchCon sales are in the gutter. Realistically, it's probably maybe 30% of people have it on willingly, sadly. Right. Exactly. It sucks. And the people at the top are just like, well, we'll just leave it. Of course, Sachs says TwitchCon sales were horrific before yesterday's announcement. About 50% lower than the first 14 days of sales last year. It'll be interesting to see what people do now. Well, obviously, it's probably not going to be much better, right? That goes on to say, of course, Twitch is at an uphill battle. Regarding TwitchCon, the prices are absurdly high for the value you get from attending, which is mostly, again, a social value. Cost of travel hotels has dramatically increased, and the reputational damage from previous years, like Emer's assault, the IRL nuisance streamers, doesn't help. Twitch is attempting to mitigate that by making it all-ages event, so having children there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday Family Day may help for last-minute local attendees, but they're going to have to start doing some kind of crazy promotion where everybody gets an expensive Minecraft cape, or to give out tickets to partners to attend or something. Partner purchase tickets appear to be down 66% versus the first 2 weeks last year. Nobody wants to go, dude. It's dangerous. It's not fun. Emery getting assaulted was a huge, just people wanting to step away. I would not want to go to TwitchCon. Who would want to go to TwitchCon? I mean, dude, just go, like, if you're a VTuber, literally go to Offkai. It's 1,000 times better. But to add to this, guys, Amazon stocks themselves actually fell. That is right, guys. Amazon stocks went down about 1%. Currently, they're at minus about 0.5%, but they declined around 1% on Thursday as attention turned to a privacy dispute involving Twitch. And the use of creator content for artificial intelligence development. So again, Amazon stock literally fell because of this, guys. Anybody arguing that's like, oh, generative AI is okay, you know, you can't say it's not what the people want. No, I'm sorry. Literally, Amazon stock fucking fell. People do not want this. There's kind of also been Aegis in it. Right, yeah. Which I didn't know, Walk. But Amazon, of course, losing out on money on this. So the backlash was very intense, guys. And people spoke with their money, right? Now, of course, people are fighting back a bit with their tags. Over on Twitch, you see people like adding tags like AI opted out. Do their content tags help indicate the audience they have it toggled off? Twitch CPO Mikey Minty was asked about an opted in out indicator yesterday and said they had no plans to implement one for viewers. So, no one in AI, let me correct, no one would comment since wanted it. Only two boys found it that people were more well behaved when the kids were around. Oh, absolutely. But one of the things to understand, Mal, too, is like with generative AI, like you can be like, oh, I like making this stuff, and I think the art is cool, right? But if you don't look into the problems, right? Like the environmental effects of it and what generative AI is causing, right? I think you're really not educating yourself properly, right? Like I can get the appeal, right? Of being able to make anything without having a skill. I can understand that, guys, but there's a moral obligation to want to protect our environment, right? And if you look at the effects of what data centers, what all of these things have done, it's god awful, guys. And for anybody that says, well, the environment was fucked already, well, why do we need to fuck it up more? Like, that's not an argument. Stocks for all AI companies are tanking, none of them are making profit. Yeah. Because again, what was the intrinsic value of generative AI other than the fact that you could, just make something that you couldn't before and it's cheaper? Well, now it's really kind of not cheaper if you think about it, because the look of generative AI is cheap, and most people don't want that association with their branding, right? They don't want cheap branding. So imagine if I don't know, Vera Bradley or somebody used, a generative AI. Imagine if Ferrari used generative AI, right? Luxury brands, insert XYZ brand, right? Nobody wants to be associated with that cheap look. And that's what we're kind of seeing with a lot of people not wanting to utilize it. It's at a very low level of usage, right? Right, exactly. Yeah, with resource money, I mean, the list goes on. Wild stuff. So, chat, yes, no, that's why I said that the other day, Tuxedo. I'm like, it's exactly like the dot-com bubble. I was watching a video about it. I'm like, what's a dot-com bubble? And then I learned, I'm like, oh my God, this is literally the dot-com bubble, like all over again. The chat, before we move on, how do you feel about this? What's your thoughts about it? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's dumb? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's great? I mean, I kind of hope you think it's bad, but yeah, what's your thoughts about this, chat? By the way, mods, maybe with 15 minutes left on the timer, we make an announcement. Guys, we have 27 minutes left on the timer. Remember, the last person to sub or gift a sub is going to win $1,000, guys. $1,000. I think we're going to find out the opting out was a placebo in a year or so. Maybe so. I don't know. It's a Force BS update, right? Again, it just comes out from Amazon, and that sucks really bad. That sucks really bad. I do feel a little bit
dumb.
for Twitch staff.
We did not ask for this. Please,
Right.
for the love of everything, remove it at once.
I do feel bad for Twitch staff because they're going to be, they're taking the brunt of a lot of that stuff. And I do feel for them in a way because they're trying to just uphold their own like quality of life and do their job. But obviously with a very controversial decision like that, it does need to be acknowledged that Dane Clancy threw them under the bus. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was awful. Do you hear rumors about the trains tag? I did not. Yeah, I haven't heard about that. Or at least if I did, I don't remember. Hasn't it been like a rumor for a long time? I feel like it's been a rumor for a long time. I don't remember, but train tag was a bug. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought this was something like I've heard about a long time ago, and apparently it was a bug before. So anyway, guys, that's what's going on with Twitch. So guys, I do want to give you all an update coming out of left field. I didn't expect this, guys. And this is an update to the honey scandal. Guys, it's been a long time since we talked about the honey scandal. There's a little bit of a recap at the start, so I'm going to let it play for you. But TLDR, guys, back in December 2024, it was found that honey, which was that coupon kind of plug-in extension, caused a lot of issues. Wicca, thank you for giving us a sub. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up, Maple? How are you? Yeah, it's like old stuff. But yes, Amazon owns Twitch. But basically, like a lot of bigger creators were talking about this before. Markiplier kind of like soft predicted this. It was pretty crazy. But anyway, let's go take a look, guys. Huge update. Didn't expect this one. Here we go, guys.
This is a cease and desist letter sent to me by PayPal's lawyers in December of last year. In it, PayPal warned that my investigation was, quote, defamatory and described Honey's business practices as being, quote, legal and responsible. Well, just weeks after publishing that investigation, 3 of PayPal's largest affiliate network partners announced punitive actions against the company, with one of them, Rakuten.
Wait, you mean to tell me that more people tried to get in on this after I made an investigation, but it was called defamatory and definitely not true? That's so weird.
Terminating the relationship
how did
with
that
Honey
happen?
entirely, resulting in their removal from over 2,000 online stores, including Walmart, Lego, Sephora, Newegg, Uniqlo, and Samsung,
by the way, Honey got
to
just
name a few,
folded.
likely costing Honey millions of dollars in lost affiliate revenue. Ouch. As a result, PayPal issued a statement of regret a few days later, claiming they had no idea they were in possession of code responsible for poaching affiliate commissions from content creators, insisting they only discovered the code after my reporting exposed it.
So again, they had a code. It was poaching apart from creators. It kind of did like a V-Shoujo, essentially. It is the best way I can describe it. Here, I'll draw you a picture. So basically, like in TLDR. So basically, like Honey would be like, oh, you're gonna get this amount of money right here, right? But actually, the real amount of money the sponsorship was here. So they would take the difference, right? Honey would get that difference from whatever, this in between was. It was really dumb. It was really, really dumb. But they're like, oh, we didn't know.
The same reporting they had just claimed was defamatory. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, not only is PayPal's claim that they had no idea a provable lie, but the code in question was formally included as evidence against them in the ongoing federal class action lawsuit. A lawsuit they desperately tried to have thrown out. Twice. But unfortunately for PayPal, the federal judge handling the case recently denied their motion to dismiss. Whether PayPal likes it or not, this lawsuit is moving forward. So in this video, I'll be walking you through everything that's been happening behind the scenes. The lawsuits, network terminations, CEOs attacking my credibility.
Yeah, like their little code, thank you for reminding me of that later. That's actually a really big point. Their code would always like override whichever other code was in there, right? So it was straight up like in there to take advantage of people. It was really fucked up. There had to be some intentionality to it because you had to write that type of code.
While profiting from Honey. Hit pieces from industry publications who also have ties with PayPal.
By the way, I'm so sorry if you forget about anything, guys. This is from literally like, almost 2 years in the making. So I'm sorry if I forget specific details.
Turns out I've pissed off an entire industry. So let's get into it.
Yeah, the fucking Markiplier meme was so funny about it.
One of the most interesting things to witness after releasing part 1 of my Honey series was the reaction from the affiliate industry, particularly those who stood to gain the most from Honey's business model. For example, Adam Ross, the CEO of Awin, one of Honey's largest affiliate network partners, wrote a LinkedIn post basically insinuating that my video was sensationalist clickbait. Then there were guys like Brooke Schoff, the founder of a company that supplies monetizable coupon codes to Honey.
So people admit that the code was problematic, but they also be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
An entire blog post calling my video a hit job, declaring that Honey did nothing wrong and that I was, quote, 100% wrong. And there were even publications that took aim at my work with headlines like,
to be fair, he said, well, as far as I'm aware, well, you weren't aware of shit,
who I later found out also had ties to Honey. Point is, the ones complaining the loudest all turned out to have skin in the game. But then I revealed the one thing they couldn't spin. Honey wasn't just stealing commissions, they had intentionally built an entire system around hiding that behavior from the industry. The system was designed to profile who you were as a user. If you look like a regular shopper, Honey ignored stand-down rules and allowed influencer commissions to be diverted into their own pockets. But
sounds like a fucking Kingdom Hearts boss, mega lag.
Like someone from within the industry, Honey suddenly played by the rules to avoid getting caught. They effectively engineered a defeat device.
Funny how that
with this
works.
revelation, the industry had no choice but to respond appropriately, including the ones who profit from Honey's business model. And the first to act was Rakuten, an
I
affiliate
honestly forgot
network
about
that
Honey.
connected Honey with over
Yes, it's
2,000
deleted.
online stores.
It's just
weeks
gone.
after exposing PayPal's defeat device, Rakuten terminated their relationship with Honey entirely and sent the following notice to their clients. We're writing to let you know
Wow,
that
what a
publisher Honey has
surprise,
been
Chad.
terminated from the Rakuten advertising network. Therefore, this publisher has been removed from your affiliate program, effective immediately.
Wow, never
Boom.
would have guessed.
Just like that, Honey lost access to over 2,000 online stores, many of which were very big brand names. That is a huge hit for PayPal. But it also sucks for Rakuten
2,500
because
stores.
keep in mind,
Not $2,500, 2,500 stores that are making potentially millions of dollars for
affiliate
them.
networks like Rakuten are the organizations who run this industry. They set the rules, they enforce compliance, and they control the flow of sales. So when something as damning as this is brought to light, it's terrible PR for them. The fact that a YouTuber with zero experience in security research uncovered blatant fraud they had missed for years, it looks bad. That said, while networks like Rakuten need to be seen enforcing the rules, they also earn a significant amount of money from publishers like Honey. You've probably heard the saying, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Well, in the affiliate industry, it kind of does. And for networks like Rakuten, Honey is one of the larger trees in their orchard. But wait, doesn't Rakuten have its own coupon cashback extension? Yes, Rakuten Rewards is technically a competing extension, ironically one they too are being sued over, but that's a completely separate side of their business. As a network, Rakuten still earns money every time Honey claimed commission for a sale. So trust me, they did not want to lose that partnership, yet they cut them loose anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's,
initially I thought,
again, that's so much
well done,
revenue
Rakuten,
for them.
the first network to take action.
Yep, Jack and Markiplier were right.
It's PayPal, even when it was detrimental to their business.
If it sounds too good to be true, guys, it's too good to be true. Let's be honest.
That all changed after some internal emails between PayPal and Rakuten were brought to light through discovery in the ongoing class action lawsuit. According to court filings, internal emails between Rakuten and PayPal show Honey has repeatedly violated Rakuten's stand-down policies from as early as July 2020 and continuing even after the filing of the complaints in this action through at least May 2025. Yikes.
Oh my God.
Not only does that look bad for PayPal, but it also looks terrible for Rakuten. They knew Honey was violating their stand-down policies for years, and the entire time, they kept Honey on the network anyways. Now, some of those emails made it onto the public record, and after reading through them, the dynamic is honestly insane.
Yeah, they just
in this
kept
one
doing
email chain, Rakuten flags a stand-down violation to PayPal, and while PayPal initially responds, they then start ignoring Rakuten's emails, forcing them to repeatedly chase PayPal for an answer. This goes on for weeks, and when PayPal finally addresses the violation,
Bro, PayPal literally ghosted them. What the fuck? PayPal sucks.
They tell Rakuten that their stand-down policies are, quote, overreach. The fact that PayPal feels confident telling a network that their rules suck really speaks to who actually runs this industry. After seeing those emails, Rakuten's termination of Honey looks a whole lot less like them taking a principled stand and a whole lot more like them pretending to act tough on compliance, knowing those emails would hit the public record. I did reach out to Rakuten for comment, but didn't hear back from them.
Of course.
But regardless of Rakuten's motives, this termination was still a disaster for PayPal. It got the entire affiliate world talking, and just a few days later, PayPal quietly deactivated their defeat device and broke their silence.
Wow, what a surprise, guys. The defeat device was the one where the code would override, so Honey's code would always override. So they got part of the cut.
Apologized to the industry, if you can even call it that, via an exclusive statement.
Yeah, Markiplier definitely
sussed
them
the same
out.
publication that wrote the "What Mega Lag Got Wrong" article. Lol. On Monday morning, Rakuten Advertising shared
he said lol, actually.
email partners notifying them that
What a
PayPal's
surprise!
browser extension had been terminated from the network and removed from existing affiliate programs. The dispute follows accusations from industry commentators.
Here's the thing, guys. Everybody knee-jerk reacts about everything, right? They see something, they're like, oh, it's like, this is why I made it a rule for myself. When I hear about something, I wait. And I'm like, okay, let me see a little bit. Let me stick back. Let me get a little bit more information before I just go all in. And this is exactly why, because PayPal could have been like, okay, wait, there might be something to this. Hold on, wait a second. We're hearing about it. If they would have come out with a statement that said, this is absolutely a thing, and we have fixed it and made it right, that completely different story than what we got.
Okay,
completely different story than what we
They won't even
got.
cite me by name anymore. When I'm wrong, I'm Megalek. When I'm right, I'm just a industry commentator. Classic. The dispute follows accusations from industry commentators and professionals that PayPal Honey uses a defeat device to detect user type and selectively bypass stand-down policy. Rakuten Advertising declined to comment on the move. I wonder why. PayPal has now shared an exclusive response with Hello Partner. PayPal and Rakuten are long-standing partners. We are aware of the actions taken regarding PayPal and are working with them on a resolution. The code causing this behavior has been identified and no longer has an impact. The code was implemented prior to PayPal's acquisition and appears to affect less than 0.1% of Honey's traffic.
Okay, here's the thing, right? 0.0% of Honey's traffic, but when you're making millions upon millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? That is so much money. Like, you can't just be like, oh, well, it's only 0.1%. Well, 0.1% of a shit ton of money is still a shit ton of money, you know? Celine, thank you for giving a sub to Zeal. I appreciate you. So we'll probably have to make an announcement here soon. We might have to take a pause from the video. The timer gets low, just heads up.
Now, PayPal claiming the defeat device only affects 0.1% of Honey's traffic is, in my opinion, incredibly misleading without additional context.
That's what
As
I'm
I highlighted
saying.
in my last video, Honey stored the code for this defeat device in the cloud, meaning they could alter how strict the system was at any time without ever updating their extension on Chrome. A single rule alteration could change how many people Honey targeted, and that's exactly what happened. In 2023, Honey's defeat device would ignore stand-on rules for virtually everyone, unless they found cookies on your computer, signaling that you had visited an affiliate network's website. Clearly a tiny percentage of their users.
This is clearly
But
programmed
sometime between
to
then and
be
the release of my
purposeful.
first video, PayPal quietly altered the rules, requiring users have at least 65,000 cashback points before they would break the rules. They went from targeting a very large portion of their users to a much, much narrower set with one quiet update. So when PayPal says 0.1%, was that under their latest rules or the old ones? I did ask PayPal for clarification, but unfortunately, they're not interested in answering my questions anymore.
Of course. Of course, you're like, so hey, you made a statement, you know, I help you find this broken code. Do you mind answering questions? Or just like, yeah,
Instead, they offered me a corporate slop statement, which I'll include at the end of this video. Now, this next statement is really interesting. The spokesperson said that the code was only recently discovered by PayPal.
Hey, Captain, thank you for the 2 gifted subs, dude. I appreciate you. I forgot I owe a wheel spin. Yeah, I forgot I owe a wheel spin. We should do that at some point. Maybe not right this second. I'm gonna close some of my tabs. Yeah, I do owe 1 wheel spin from yesterday, by the way, so we do have to do that. Yeah, I'll wait till it gets a little lower, though.
And upon being made aware of it, the company has deactivated. That is patently false. Yes, the defeat device was developed in 2017 under the original founder's leadership. Then PayPal inherited it when they acquired Honey in 2020.
Right.
However, at the time, the defeat device was encrypted, scrambled, so that even if someone found it, they couldn't read it. Then, in 2021, under PayPal's ownership, the entire system was rebuilt. The rules were restructured into a completely new format and stored in plain text on PayPal servers. That's not a minor tweak, that's a fundamental redesign. PayPal
so, I mean, somebody was aware, right? Somebody was aware.
Had to build that from the ground up. You can't rebuild a system, continue adjusting its rules year after year, then claim you had no idea it existed.
Exactly.
PayPal claiming ignorance.
Exactly. You can only claim ignorance for so long.
Here is f***ing wild. The way I see it, it's just a straight up lie. And let's not forget, I alerted PayPal to the defeat device in my request to comment sent to them on December 18th. But rather than immediately deactivating it, PayPal labeled my accusations as not accurate and ignoring basic facts, then had their lawyers threaten to sue me. They only deactivated the code on January 13th, almost a full month later. The article ends with a statement from a PayPal executive stating, "We regret the impact this situation has had on our partners and look forward to working together for the betterment of the entire industry."
Love that. We regret this situation. Really, because you're, I don't know, stealing money from people like... Celine, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I appreciate you.
Now, you may have noticed this article isn't exactly dripping with criticism against PayPal, and there's a very good reason for that. You see, when I first saw the What Mega Lag Got Wrong article, I initially brushed it off as a publication trying to be contrarian for clicks. But then they published another article, this time platforming a post from Honey co-founder Ryan Hudson, who attempted to write off my entire investigation as a conspiratorial hit piece. Both articles were written by the same journalist, Sol Wilkinson, and for neither article did Sol offer me the right to respond. Yet he had no problem doing that for PayPal. So I'm thinking to myself, man, these guys at Hello Partner sure have a raging boner for Honey. This led to me digging into their company, and surprise, surprise, Honey was a premier sponsor of their flagship conference.
Oh, what a surprise,
You should have disclosed that conflict of
what nepotism? I never would have guessed.
interest to their
Never
paying
would have
subscribers.
guessed.
But here's where it gets even more hilarious. hilarious. So
Oh
the
my
journalist
gosh.
actually
Color
emailed
me
this article
shocked.
to me explaining that Hello Partner is, quote, Switzerland when it comes to industry disputes, which is why they didn't
what does
offer
that
any
mean?
opinions on PayPal.
Wait. Our stance is Switzerland on industry disputes, so we don't get opinions or interpret. Wait, what? What does that even mean? Neutral. I have never heard that.
Getting booted from Rakuten. That's
Interesting.
right. The guy who had no problem criticizing my work is
Is
now
now
claiming
neutral.
he's Switzerland. You can't make this shit up. And get this. I offered Sol an exclusive statement to include
I've
in his
never heard
article
that
addressing
saying.
the claims made by PayPal.
Yeah, legitimately never heard that saying.
Something most journalists would jump at. But of course, it was never included. All things considered, pretty shocking behavior from a publication that lists inclusive and unbiased as one of its
Oh my god, I love it.
core values.
I love
Now,
it.
as annoying as this behavior is, bias in the media is by no means a new concept, and it makes navigating the news incredibly frustrating, which is why I've partnered with today's sponsor, Ground News. Ground News curates news articles
we
from
gotta watch
thousands
the
of outlets
sponsor.
around
He
the
worked
world,
really
so you
hard,
can compare
guys.
how
Yeah, we
different
gotta watch the
publications
sponsor.
cover the same
I'll stretch
story.
real
And for
quick.
each story, you can see how many outlets were tracked, who those outlets are, their political bias, reliability, ownership, and even the specific differences in the articles themselves. Let me show you a great example related to this investigation. Bloomberg recently broke the news about another shopping extension engaging in nefarious behavior, one that I too have been
what a
investigating
surprise.
since
Yeah,
last
look,
year. It's called Fear,
he's
and
gotta get
it's
the bread,
co-founded
bro.
by Bill Gates'
Gotta-
daughter.
gotta support the
Apparently
people that
being
we
born to a
react to.
billionaire just ain't enough. Now, they were allegedly caught cookie stuffing as well as violating stand-down rules.
Oh, damn it, I
Also,
watched this with
more
the honey
shady behavior
extension.
in the
Fuck.
industry. Now
Oh,
look at
it's
how it's
gone,
being
it's gone.
framed.
It got
Most outlets
deleted.
are leading with a celebrity angle. Bill Gates' daughter busted, while others are
I never
highlighting that
watched
people
you
in the
on it.
industry
I know a lot of
raised
people
red flags
talk
about
about
this
her.
company long before the scandal broke. Same story, but one framing
Yeah,
is
I've
built
never
around
watched
the
you
famous
on it.
name, while the other
Like I said, I've heard a
questions
lot of
why
people
the
talk
industry
about her,
didn't
but
act sooner.
I saw,
That
like,
distinction
something with,
is
like,
something you
Smuggle
can
on it
spot
too,
much
but
quicker
that's
on
it.
Ground News, and that's why I took the sponsorship. I don't do many, but I've worked with Ground News in the past, and I'm really big on platforms that help cut through the noise and make my job easier. If you'd like to give it a jam, go to ground.news/megalag and check it out. And if you subscribe through my link, you'll get 40% off the Vantage subscription. You can also scan the QR code on the screen here if that's more convenient. Moving on. Shortly following Rakuten's termination, the situation for
Gotcha, I had to
PayPal
take a
only
look.
got worse. The CEO of Impact, another major affiliate network, announced they too were taking action against Honey. Following a thorough investigation,
Great,
Impact has
wonderful.
determined that Honey is out of compliance with our platform
Dude, the
policies
fucking
and has been
Avengers are
removed from the
showing
Impact
up.
Discovery marketplace. We've also temporarily suspended their account.
Dude, the literally, like, the whole crew of the Avengers is showing up to, like, sue Honey. It's actually wild.
Down while we confirm they have made the necessary changes to comply with our terms and conditions. Now, this sounds a lot worse than it really is. They basically just pulled Honey from their marketplace, meaning new merchants can't discover or partner with Honey. Online stores already partnered with Honey through
Right,
Impact
the
will
current
remain
ones.
unaffected. Still sucks for PayPal,
That's crazy.
obviously. This limits their ability to grow, but
So let me
that's-
get this straight. You realize that there's something wrong with this, with Honey, but instead of completely withdrawing, you're just like, hey, so yes, we're definitely gonna not allow this in the future, but anything already has it, yeah, you can just keep it. It's like, oh yeah, you have a flat tire? Nah, just keep it, it's fine.
about
Like,
it.
what?
The next network to take action was Awin, and this one mattered the most because Awin is by far PayPal's biggest affiliate network partner, giving Honey access to over 16,000 merchants. The response
God.
came straight from their CEO, Adam Ross, the same guy who initially brushed off my entire investigation as
Love it.
clickbait. Awin Group is providing an update on its ongoing investigation into Honey's
Love
browser
it.
extension practices following recent public scrutiny within the affiliate marketing industry. As soon as Awin Group became aware of the allegations raised publicly, we opened a formal internal investigation into the activity in question. The investigation has since confirmed breaches of our publisher policies. Honey has confirmed they regret the impact the situation has had and agreed they will work with us to remediate that impact. In line with our standard
So how are they gonna do that exactly? Are they gonna retroactively pay everybody the money they owe?
enforcement processes, Awin Group immediately took protective actions. These included suspending payments and access to new advertiser programs. So Awin cut Honey off from new partnerships the same way Impact did, but on top of that, they also suspended Honey's payments and put them on
Yeah,
a
chips are
remediation
edging
plan.
the
This
timer
plan
today.
involves PayPal funding certain initiatives like giving networks access to their source code and implementing policies for online stores to manage and remove unauthorized coupon codes. Now, I will give credit where it's due. These three networks at least did something, which is more than we can say for these other networks who stayed silent and, as far as I can tell, did absolutely nothing. The consequences of these actions
Nice.
are significant. This is terrible PR for PayPal, it's costing them real money, and it will almost certainly be used against them in the ongoing litigation.
Oh, absolutely.
However, The
Yeah,
fact
absolutely.
that every single one of these networks has allowed Honey to continue operating on their platform is genuinely fucking insane. Even
It
Rakuten,
really
the
is.
one network that terminated Honey, has since quietly allowed them back onto their platform. And frankly,
Why?
I'm not surprised. Look, these punitive
Why would they do that? That's so stupid.
measures obviously suck for PayPal. But when you consider the seriousness of what they did, it's nothing more than a slap.
Celine,
in the
I don't
wrist.
even know
And that
anymore.
sets
I've lost
a terrible
count.
precedent
Look, we're on day, what, 564? I have no idea.
for the entire industry.
Yeah, because of money.
Every bad actor just watched a Fortune 500 company break the rules, build a system to
Yeah.
cover it up, got caught, yet was ultimately allowed to continue doing business. Good luck enforcing the rules after that. Now, regardless of how these networks have handled this, the fallout
That's
from the scandal
unacceptable.
has still hit Honey hard, and that's mostly thanks to you guys. So I
Yeah,
was curious
that's
to see if there were any
unacceptable.
measurable insights into how much damage has been done. Well, thanks to data compiled by my buddy Yelta, we can actually put some numbers to it, and it's brutal. On top of losing 7
All
million.
right, before we get to the numbers, chat, what do the numbers mean? Before we get to the numbers, guys, I owe 1 wheel spin, so we're gonna do that wheel spin really quick. Before we continue. Yeah, before we continue. I think we need to do that really quick. So let me find it. Here we go, guys. Let's get that wheel spin going. Everybody type spin. Let's see what y'all get. Yeah, I owe this one from yesterday. I wasn't able to get to it because I was smashing it. I didn't have my screen set up. All right, what do we get? What do we get? No way, we landed on that. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was about to cry, bro. All right, it says 2 minutes. All right, awesome. Awesome. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. All right, back to the numbers, guys. Remember, I know we're very low on time. Last person to sub or gift a sub will win $1,000 here, chat.
Users,
Here we
Honey has
go.
also lost over 7,000 merchant partners, even after being allowed back
Damn,
onto
bro.
Rakuten's network. We can see that in December 2024, Honey was partnered with roughly 35,000 online stores, and that number has since fallen to just over 28,000. That's
a
a
huge
significant
dip.
loss of business. And
Yeah,
keep in
that's a
mind,
huge dip.
some merchant partners are more valuable to PayPal than others. For example, one of those lost partnerships was Apple, who was Honey's last.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, so like, I think we see the numbers, right, of how many businesses they lost, but you don't know the quality of that business, right? And Apple, again, I mean, that's huge. That's so much money. Oh my God. Yeah, that's like, mom and pop shop versus Walmart, like, that is insane.
Largest partner in terms of monetizable traffic. Here's a crazy statistic.
Wow.
Apple alone generated more shopping traffic than Honey's bottom 27,000 partnered stores combined.
believe that.
And Apple wasn't the only
I
big
believe
brand to
that.
jump ship. There's a ton of them. So yeah, that's gotta sting. Honey's done.
Pandora, Coach, I mean, those are all, higher valued businesses, right? Like, they're selling finer goods, so,
A base of coupons has
they're
taken
pulling in
a huge
revenue.
hit too. As of December last year, Honey had 90,000 coupons, but is now down to about 50,000. And there's
What
a
a
very good reason for
surprise.
that loss of 40,000 coupons. One of the issues I highlighted in the series was Honey quietly harvesting coupon codes from users at checkout without their knowledge or consent. As a result, private employee discounts, friends and family codes, and even military veteran discounts were ending up on Honey for anyone to use. Well, the vast majority of codes recently removed were user source coupons, going from 29,000 down to just 3,000. So it appears as though the networks
wow.
have finally cracked down on this, which is a huge win for the small businesses who were affected by this behavior. But
Yeah, because, again, if you're a small business, right, and Honey's just like, activating these certain codes, right, it does cut into your revenue as well.
It's
So
not
I could
all-
see, especially if it's not like, it's supposed to be an active code, you know what I mean? Like, that can hurt a lot.
good news, of the 50,000 coupons Honey still has, at least 10,000 are still known to be expired. And PayPal is still applying those
wonderful.
codes at checkout, fully aware that they're expired. I've confirmed this through multiple tests, as well as reviewing Honey's source code. Now keep in
That
mind,
is
Honey was
nuts.
previously claiming commissions on sales, even when they couldn't find you a working coupon. And around the time I exposed this issue, PayPal had around
Oh, I forgot about that. They would still, no, I did forget about that. They would say that, oh yeah, we couldn't find you a code, but, go ahead and go. And they would still use that code to get their, like, commission part of it. That was so fucking scummy. Oh yeah, we can't find, anything for you, but we'll definitely take the commission without you knowing. Like, That's horrible.
14,000 stores with no valid
That's
coupons
so scummy.
and
I forgot
zero
about that.
cashback to offer. So this wasn't some random edge case scenario as some people have speculated. No, PayPal was earning legit money while wasting your time with expired codes. Google did try to put an end to this behavior in 2025 by updating their Chrome store policies. This enforcement barred extensions like Honey from claiming commissions unless they actually provided users with some form of benefit. Sweet. Problem solved, right? Well, not quite. Honey found a simple but clever workaround. They just quietly activated cashback across virtually all of their partnered stores. That might sound like a win for consumers, and technically it is, but for the majority of those stores, Honey is only offering 0.1 to 1% cashback. And based on my own testing, Honey has only ever given me the minimum of the advertised range.
They're not gonna
and
give
based
you
on the latest
anything.
captured data, Honey offers this dog shit rate for almost 70% of their cashback active merchants.
Yep.
Point is, Honey still benefits.
Wait, so if you buy this thing, we'll give you 1 penny. Oh, yippee! Wow, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Yippee, 1 penny. Like, what the fuck are we
from
doing,
enticing
bro?
you with an expired coupon, because when it inevitably fails, they default to cashback, allowing them to cash in on the sale while giving you
That's
pennies
so
on
bad.
the dollar. But hey, on the
That's
bright
so
side, at least
bad.
PayPal aren't poaching affiliate commissions nearly as often as they once were. Speaking of which, let's discuss the ongoing class action lawsuits, because there have been some really significant developments there.
All right, chat. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Because our timer is very, very low, guys. It's very low. It's time to say goodbye, guys. Look at that timer. It's so low, bro. I never thought we'd get back here. So 4 minutes left, guys. I'm gonna pause for a little bit. Look, guys, I just want to say, regardless what happens, thank you all so much for all of your support. For the 564 fucking days, guys. This has been an incredible subathon. It has been wild, guys, and I'm so appreciative for all of you. Cook, god damn it. Cook, thank you for the 5 gifted, bro. Thank you so much. Let's go. I'm gonna do a cartwheel for you. Cartwheel time, backflip time. Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's fine. There's only 6 minutes left. It's fine, guys. That's fine. Thank you, Cook. I appreciate you for the 5 gifted. I will do a wheel spin. Here we go. Let's see what we land on. Guys. Thank you all again so much. I should probably move out of the way. And let's see what we get. God damn it. No. Okay, that's fine. You know, I'll just add the 5 minutes. We'll just go back to the video. It's all good. That's totally fine. I don't even care. That's nothing. Bro. That's like the perfect amount of time to react to this video. Thank you again. Let me cook. Cook is keeping it alive, bro. He's keeping it alive.
As most of you already know, PayPal's behavior caught the attention of a ton of different law firms. One of the first to file.
Oh, everybody probably started suing Honey. I mean, I don't know if I ever use Honey. Like, get them in the class action lawsuit. They're probably gonna have. Yo, Shadow, thank you for the 5 gifted too, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's go. I do not. There's actually somebody that's been going for like 4 years. Akira, thank you so much, Shadow Island. I appreciate you for the 5. All right, let's see what you get. Oh, thank God it's not like 30 minutes or something. I would cry. 3 minutes, let's go. Stop edging the timer, bro. Thank you so much, Shadow Island. I appreciate you, dude.
Oh, it was YouTuber and attorney Legal Eagle, who filed a class action against PayPal Honey on.
Yeah, oh, I forgot about it. Legal Eagle did the class action. That's right. I knew there was one, but I forgot it was him.
Behalf of content creators. After he filed, around 20 other law firms filed similar complaints across different states. Now, when you've got that many law firms suing over the same thing, the courts don't want to handle them all separately. That's a huge waste of valuable court resources. Right. So the cases get consolidated into one big class action, and the assigned judge selects a small group of law firms to lead the case. But that's just the creator lawsuit. Most people don't realize that.
Yeah, Legal Eagle literally said, we're gonna send in the fucking Avengers.
On top of that, there are 2 additional class actions against PayPal over Honey. One
Wait,
brought on
there's
behalf
2
of
class
in the United
actions?
States.
Are they gonna combine the 2 class actions into like a mega class action? Will it not become a class action? It'll become like a college action? Like, how does that
another
work?
on behalf of consumers in the United Kingdom. Both are suing PayPal
Oh my
for
God.
allegedly misleading consumers with false marketing
Damn,
claims.
dude, we got
I'm
the
not going into
US and
detail
the
on
UK
those
coming
particular
from both
lawsuits today,
sides.
but here's where they currently stand. The case brought on behalf of consumers in the UK was recently dismissed. However, that decision is now being appealed in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. As
I'm very surprised that that got like turned down. I'm glad they're appealing
the
it.
US consumer case, that's still ongoing. But let's talk about the creator lawsuit, which is being overseen by federal judge Beth Freeman in the Northern District of California. Three competing law firms were selected to represent the plaintiffs, the content creators. Interestingly, Legal Eagle's firm wasn't one of the firms chosen. I guess being first to file doesn't automatically win you a seat at the table. But hey, shout out to Legal Eagle for taking the lead and bringing more attention to the story. Anyways, once a case—
Yeah, I mean, let's see hypothetically, even if the class action lawsuit doesn't go forward, at least they brought attention to it. I mean, I'm not saying that that is like the best thing, right? But at least they tried, right?
consolidated, the defendant, PayPal, gets to assess the claims made against them, and almost always they file what's known as a motion to dismiss, which is them basically asking the judge to throw the case out entirely before it even moves forward to trial. Now, in November 2025, there was a hearing on that motion to dismiss, which I listened into live, and during those oral arguments, it was pretty clear that Judge Freeman wasn't entirely convinced that the content creators had demonstrated that PayPal actually violated any contracts. So, things weren't exactly off to a good start. But the judge laid out for the lawyers where she felt the complaint fell short. She also allowed discovery to begin, meaning both sides now had to start handing over documents and evidence. And
oh, okay, that's good, actually. That's good news.
A few weeks later, she issued her formal decision, effectively dismissing all claims, but with leave to amend. This means that while PayPal got a temporary win on paper, the lawyers representing the content creators were allowed to go back.
Right, so they know what to fix now and they can come back. So she's kind of like, at least the way it seems to me, it's like, well, I don't really think that you have like a good case right now, but if you go and fix it and come back, I think you'll be good.
Fix the issues the judge highlighted and
that's kind of what
an
I'm getting
amended
from
complaint.
this.
Regardless, it didn't take long for the usual suspects to take a premature victory lap. PayPal's lawyers, hello partner,
of course.
And of course Ryan Hudson, who tweeted case dismissed, despite not owning the company anymore. But little did they know, I had an ace up my sleeve. That of course being the discovery of Honey's defeat device. And I was fairly confident that once exposed, it would help the case significantly. And sure enough, after that video went live, the lawyers formally included it into the amended complaint. Now, I'll be honest, I was a little worried they wouldn't because they only had like 5 or 6 days after my video was published before their amended complaint was due.
Oh, so he's actually been part of this. Wow, like he knew when they were supposed to have it. He got the video out. That's awesome.
But they managed to pull it off. So let's take a look. On page 65, we can see
she's
the
like,
following.
You might got something
PayPal
here,
devised
just
several
go
methods
back
to
and check
ignore
it.
or circumvent stand-down protocols. PayPal designed Honey to surreptitiously avoid standing down at all when it detects the browser is likely being used by an actual consumer rather than a network tester or network auditor, i.e. users who are not there to shop but to test the browser extension for compliance with stand-down rules. Honey has created 4 basic criteria through which it determines whether or not to stand down. The lawyers then lay out the 4 criteria Honey tested: how old your account was, how many cashback points you had earned, if you're on a blacklisted website with special rules, and lastly, whether you had visited an affiliate network's website, which the complaint describes as arguably the most glaring reveal of PayPal's bad intent.
Dude, honestly, this video, like, might have changed the tides of this court battle. I didn't even realize that. Yo, Lecture 250, thank you so much.
Couldn't agree more. So there you have it. My big discovery now formally alleged in a federal complaint.
That's good.
Not gonna lie, after all the hard work I put into uncovering this, it feels good. And the inclusion of this evidence wasn't the only improvement. The lawyers did a great job strengthening the complaint across the board. Okay, but what effect has all of this had on the case? Well, on June 4th, there was a second hearing on PayPal's—
Shut it, Dragon! No! Damn it, bro, damn it. Shatter Dragon, thank you for the 30, bro, I appreciate you. Everybody get Shatter Dragon for last $30. That's crazy, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Why are we back at 40 minutes? Why are we back at 40 minutes? Damn it. Damn it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Shatter Dragon, save it. Shatter Dragon saved your asses, guys.
Motion to dismiss. At this time, there was a completely different energy in the courtroom. The moment the hearing started, the judge made it clear that she believed this case could move forward. And when she invited PayPal's lead attorney to make his arguments, Richard Jacobson, the same lawyer who sent me the cease and desist, she joked that he had an uphill battle ahead of him and might not be winning the motion to dismiss. A brutal thing to hear before you've even opened your mouth. And it only went downhill from there. Throughout the hearing, Judge Freeman constantly pushed back on PayPal's arguments, challenging them at every turn. To give you an example, at one point, PayPal tried arguing that affiliate IDs don't hold any real intrinsic value because they're just short strings of numbers and letters. The judge responded with something along the lines of,
true.
well, you could say the same thing about a dollar bill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, it's a piece of paper. Like, what kind of argument is
Which
that?
replied, quote, I don't know how to respond to that. And in my view, that kind of sums up PayPal's whole defense.
I don't know how to respond to that. You're a lawyer, bro. That's your job.
On the other hand,
you're
as the lawyers
supposed to know
representing
how to
the content creators
respond.
presented their arguments, the judge mostly listened in without interrupting.
That's actually wild.
It was pretty obvious which way she was leaning. So it seemed very likely during this hearing that the amended complaint had done its job. Now, it's important to understand that when a judge rules on a motion to dismiss, it's not as simple as deciding whether to throw out the entire case or keep it. The judge has to go through each individual claim and decide on the merits of each one separately. So for example, she might say, yes, I see a legitimate case for computer fraud, but no, I don't think you've proven unfair business practice.
I think with like class action lawsuits, it's so much more like murky as well.
She could dismiss every claim besides one, and the lawsuit would still move forward on that one remaining claim, just under a much more limited scope. And after listening to the hearing, I thought the judge would allow most of the claims to survive, but not all of them. Well, on June 22nd, Judge Freeman issued her final ruling, and every single claim survived.
Oh my god, dude. PayPal just got wrecked. Every single one of them. Oh my god. Dude, the judge was honestly right. She was like, yeah, so, you know, I'm gonna dismiss this, but come back when you got some, like, more to it. And then now with that video and all the other stuff they got together, yeah, literally, we need the fucking, like, Harry Potter meme where he's like, justice.
That is a huge win for content creators and a massive blow to PayPal. So, what happens now? Well, now that the case has survived, there's no reason for the lawyers to delay the discovery process. That means PayPal handing over documents, internal communications, and their employees possibly facing depositions under oath. And given that the defeat device was developed prior to PayPal's acquisition of Honey, it's entirely possible that the original founders, Ryan Hudson and George Ruan, get dragged into this process as well. And honestly, I think they should. A lot of this started while the company was under their leadership, and I think they need to be held accountable in some way. It's also worth noting that since the defeat device was exposed, Ryan, who was previously very vocal in trying to defend his former company, has now gone completely silent.
Of course.
Pretty telling if you ask.
Of course. It's always funny when people are like, oh yeah, we won, it's over, bro. Yeah, take that. And it's like, just wait. Give it some time, because if they're allowed to come back, it's so important, right? Just because they got dismissed doesn't mean it's entirely over.
Now, with that all said, realistically, I think PayPal settles. I doubt PayPal wants their developers sitting in a deposition room explaining the defeat device under oath. And look, don't get me wrong. If a settlement gets content creators their money back, obviously I'm all for that.
Yeah, they did. It came down from the top
also
row,
means
bro.
those depositions may never happen. No testimony about whose idea it was to create the system, no one on the record explaining why it existed for 7 years, and the full story of what went on behind closed doors at Honey, well, that potentially stays buried forever. But here's the thing, regardless of whether this case settles or goes to trial, there's something very important that I didn't get into in my last video, and it could make a huge difference for every affiliate who had their commission stolen. You see,
yeah, because again, anybody affiliated with Honey, you had money stolen from you.
From the very first day that Honey deployed the defeat device.
I mean, maybe not every, but Nate! Nate, what the hell, dude? Thank you for the 40! Nate! Stop donating! Thank you, Nate, so much. Thank you. Nate, you're gonna get very special cartwheel into backflip. Watch this. Boom! Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. You're crazy. Thank you so much. No, stop sending money. Stop sending money. No more money.
They added code that documented every decision it made. So each time the system decided to violate stand-down rules, that decision was logged. Every time it decided to play safe, that too was logged, along with which rule triggered the decision. But more importantly, they also logged the original affiliate link the user clicked on, which often contains the original affiliate's ID, and in some cases, even the affiliate's name. Now, assuming PayPal has
so is that not like a privacy concern?
Retained this data, and I think there's a very good chance they have, it means that somewhere on PayPal servers lies a detailed record of every single instance in which this defeat device enabled the theft of someone else's sale. And I'm feeling—
oh shit, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so every time you use that code, they would be able to go back and be like, okay, see how many times it was used, which I'm sure PayPal is not willingly going to give that up.
Certain the lawyers will be demanding access to that data if they haven't already. And if it's as comprehensive as I believe it is, a lot of the stolen commissions could potentially be traced back.
They should be able to trace it back to anybody because they can see what affiliate codes are used, how much, and they'd be able to specifically say all of these people get this much money.
To the original affiliate it was taken from. But here's a better idea.
That's crazy.
To the affiliate networks who are most certainly watching this video, if you truly care about protecting content affiliates, don't wait for the courts. Demand that telemetry data from PayPal and make them pay back any commissions that were stolen. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. They would not be able to, like, it would look so bad if they didn't supply it. PayPal says we have coordinated closely with industry partners. The full practice is to promote accurate attribution of value for consumers. Honey remains available to advertisers on major affiliate networks, including Rakuten, Awin, and Impact. Honey is free to use and continues to provide savings to millions of shoppers on their everyday purchases. And it doesn't provide savings! They're scamming you! They're scamming you, bro! This is crazy! Oh my god. I am honestly... I knew that this update was going to be pretty crazy, and it does sound like there's some, solid updates here from Megalag, and of course the legal team fighting against us, but holy shit, dude. Since it's going to exist if they refuse to apply, it makes them look bad. Exactly. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, I'm hope maxing so hard for this. I really hope that there is something done about this. My god, dude. My god, this is crazy. This is crazy. What an update, guys. What an update. So originally, Chad, the only other thing that I had to do today, I'll be honest, this is kind of light. I was planning on watching the EDP
For everybody watching this
documentary, but I'll be honest, I think I have a good time for us to watch that next week. And to be real, with all the stuff that happened earlier, I think I might just call it here. I'm gonna be real. With everything that happened earlier, I think that might be the best thing for my mental health, so I can like try and process all this shit. Yeah, like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm gonna have to formulate all my thoughts. Obviously, finding out what we did. Obviously, there's a lot of nuance to discuss about this whole thing with, Nikto supporting this other person. Which again, I think that there again is nuance. Obviously, doxing is unacceptable. Never want anybody to get doxed, right? That's unacceptable. There are some surrounding circumstances to discuss around that as well. I think we're just gonna have to talk a lot about it on Sunday, and I'm gonna need to get all my thoughts together for that too. It's harder because it's somebody you know what I mean? I prep myself for this all the time, but as someone who stated it in a good way, yeah. I mean, I think the original thing was like he had good intention, but it was just like negative, like 0 out of 10, like execution. You know what I mean? But obviously, this newer stuff coming out is kind of what hits the hardest. It's just like, yeah, I didn't expect that. And plus, I didn't know. God damn it, why are we back in an hour? Thank you, guys. But also, fuck you. But also, thank you. But also, fuck you. Please exit take all the time you need formally. I will. I'm gonna take a little bit of time today, guys. Just kind of think about it and work on it in my brain. Where's that dude? That one stalker person. Oh my god, dude. They won't give up. Like, what the fuck, dude? Just move on with your life. It's crazy. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for the donuts, Nate. Shadow Dragon, thank you for the gift cards as well. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. I'm sorry to cut it early, but I think I know myself very well, and I think it was better I just step away from it. So thank you guys so much. Please have fun with Mochi. I will see you all tomorrow for the Bikini debut 5-year anniversary, guys. We've been doing this for 5 fucking years tomorrow. Absolutely wild. 25% of my career has been in a subathon, by the way. Probably more than that. Probably around 30%. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, okay? Bye, everybody. Wild as fuck. Wild as fuck, guys. Yeah, have fun with Mochi. She's awesome.